Minister, thank you very much for this opportunity. I must tell you that your presentation in the Parliament was very educative and informative. So from that, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about three particular issues that we want to zoom in on. First of all, expanding government's housing development.
Thank you, sir. In terms of expanding government housing development, I feel that it's the duty of all governments, and more particularly APNU AFC government, ensure that every citizen must be in a position where they can own their own homes, regardless of what happened or where the status of life may be.
With regard the actual development of cooperative housing schemes, this was done in the past. Are there plans at your end to maybe roll out a project in this regard?
Well, if you notice, whenever any Guyanese speaks about his country, he always say, I come from the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. That word cooperative is not there by accident. The founding fathers of this nation were understood that the principles of our success is based on the cooperative movement. The very foundation of the village movement, the very act of buying villages after slavery was built on the cooperative spirit and the cooperation and the coming together of each member of the environment and the community of that particular village or so. Hence, that is one of the fundamental principles that we as a nation, a young nation, has trained our eyes on. We have a three-pillar kind of economy, and the cooperative movement is a vital part of it. To that end, we as a government will always be favorable in terms of the cooperative movement. In terms of housing, the cooperative aspect has a wonderful role to play. It's much more than just coming together to build a home. It's also the living spirit of togetherness, the living spirit of brotherhood. This is what underscores the success of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. Therefore, when we speak of the cooperative movement, the cooperative building of homes, it helps the community itself to widen its concept that all of us are involved, all of us can come together to build a self-help house or a set of houses or even a center within any given community. This is what we mean by putting forward and underpinning as an important aspect of our country's development, the cooperative aspect of our development.
Indeed. With regard to the possible reintroduction of the mortgage banks, has this been an issue that's engaging consideration, maybe discussions at government level?
Not as yet. The government usually have to have a cabinet memo on these matters. Before we get to the level of cabinet decision making, there is a team of people who are in my ministry, and we not only build houses, not only design houses, we not only look after roads and lights, but we look at ways and means of easing people's lives. And in terms of the mortgage bank, as you said, it was there before, the mortgage bank is an institution whereby the very poor has a chance to get access to a house. You can pay some rent, you can pay a small amount of money to the bank, and the bank itself will arrange the mortgage as an instrument to be traded so that he can then be able to eventually pay small sums of money each month to that institution and ultimately end up owning. It helps, and it's basically in place for the poor person. And that is why I'm looking at it very favorably, and I intend to make sure that we can develop the concept either as directly as the mortgage bank or some form of a mortgage bank or lending institution that will help the poor person. To this end, when we have perfected that, we are still in discussion at my level. When we can perfect that, then I'll take it to the cabinet and have that approved. But I can tell you, there's no way that we can not go forward with that, because each and every person to whom I've spoken who are looking forward to one day owning the house, but so far do not see the way they themselves recognize that beyond a box hand, there is going to be the mortgage bank.
I know, Minister, I know you have to get back to the chambers, but finally, before you go, from where you sit and talking about considering government's 2020 vision, where do you see housing development maybe by the year 2020?
By 2020, we intend to build at least 4,000 houses, and we will get that. That will cover at least about 16,000 households. We intend to also accelerate even after 2020 because quite obviously we are going to be in power again beyond 2020. But we have a housing development program right now. 2016 is already on the way, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. So it's not just talking about 2020. It's about a plan that moves year by year, culminating in a 5-year achievement by 2020. So we intend to build not only houses, but communities. We intend to build large amount of communities all over Guyana, both on the coast and in the hinterlands. We intend to develop different concepts. For example, we're going to move from just 4 walls and a roof. We're going to move into a level where aesthetics comes into play. We're going to move into a position where we have different types of communities so that we'll not be a monotony of designs and shapes. But we'll have people themselves, and we will ask them for how they want to set design for a particular area. They may want to have a V-roof. Another community may want to have flat roof. Then another community may say they want high roof because they want air. Someone might want demurrage shutters because they want to have air as well. So we are going to listen to the community. We're going to measure that. We're going to have seminars. We're going to have interaction. And based on their involvement, we will take them on board, their advice. And together as a community, you and I will have the kind of houses that you want.
No, sounds like a beautiful plan. A beautiful plan indeed.
Thank you, sir.
Minister, thank you very much.
Delighted. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.